Hello, it's Ruby, and today I'm going to be sharing another study with you. This video is very kindly sponsored by ACCA, which is an accountancy qualification, which I'm going to be talking about a little later. So this morning, the first thing I did was go downstairs and make some tofu scramble, and I just read my book at the same time as eating this. I'm currently reading The Institute by Stephen King, and I would hugely recommend it. It is amazing. When I was back up in my room, the first thing I did was make a to-do list. So I was just using my study planner to do this. And then it was on to the first task of the day. This reading week, I am working on a criticisms glossary where I have to write a piece about a particular term that we've come across so far in our reading. So I'm writing mine on distant reading, which is an alternative method to reading literature. You've got close reading, which is the predominant method, but distant reading is more scientific. It zooms right out and it looks at a whole genre. Then the next thing I did was just go through and plan my glossary. So I made a mind map of all the key things I wanted to include, which was basically things that I'd reflected on in the readings. So the next thing I decided to do here was some research into work experience, which I could do over the summer, and also online qualifications. These are great things to do whilst you're still at university because they make you more employable when you leave education, and it's something I really want to keep on top of, keep in mind. I just wanted to quickly jump in to tell you about today's sponsor, which is ACCA. So ACCA is a really employable accounting qualification, and it's especially useful if you're thinking about going into finance or accounting, but it can be really useful in a range of industries, and especially if you decided to start your own business, for example. But more than anything, it also shows huge proactivity, and employers know that it's not an easy qualification. It's something that you've got to work for, and so it holds a lot of merit. Here you can see some clips of my sister and I filming. And I also had a doctor's appointment this day, so there is quite a big gap, as you will see when I next start working. It is dark. So the next thing I needed to do was go through and read some short stories by Edgar Allan Poe, because we've got an academic writing piece to do, and we basically get to write an essay about whatever we want. The thing I'm doing here is going through a Quizlet. I recently read this book which goes through all of these literary devices, really obscure ones that can be used, and I made a Quizlet set for these, and I was just learning them here. And then the last thing I did today was write a short story for a short story competition. So my absolute dream in life is to be an author, and I think it's important to really proactively put yourself forward for things. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I love sharing and filming Study With Me. They're some of my favourite videos to film. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about ACCA if you're interested in doing the qualification. The number one thing which ACCA wants to point out is that ACCA and the accounting and finance skills and knowledge which it offers and helps you gain are not only useful in the world of accounting and finance. Accountancy skills are so employable, so highly valued. You can use accountancy in so many jobs. I recently learned that accountants are the ones to actually count the ballots for the Oscars. There are so many unique, cool jobs with accountancy that you just don't think about. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again to ACCA for sponsoring today's video, and I hope that you have a productive week.